Same
beyond
here.
beyond stupid shit. You know what I'm
Same
saying? To where
here.
it's just like, you know what I'm saying?
Shit.
How could I
Some
crucify
ridiculous,
and
stupid
kill the
shit.
next ridiculous shit? To where it's like, how could I crucify and try and kill the next nigga
For
for
doing
him
some
making a
shit.
mistake?
Yeah, for
And
doing
I
some
look back,
shit that we did
I
and
look back
shit.
on my life and it's like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? I did pretty much the same shit before. I've
Mm-hmm.
done similar shit, you know, or maybe even worse. I've done even worse shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can't be too mad at that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is just living life. We all out here trying to figure it out. We all trying to get by. We all
Hell
trying to get
yeah.
money. You know what I'm saying? We all just trying to do what we can to survive till the next day. We
Yeah.
all doing that, and we all did shit that we needed to do to survive to the next day. Niggas did a lot of dumb shit just to cop a sack of weed and shit. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can't be too mad. I can't be too mad about that shit. That nigga Scully High though, I still ain't forgave that nigga yet.
What that nigga do? Cause I haven't
He ain't
seen
do
that
nothing
nigga in a
to
minute.
he came through to my house a couple times, and I let it be known that I don't fuck with that nigga. Last conversation I had with that nigga, he was like, I'll never forgive you, I'll never forgive you, bitch. You ignore me, you treat me like this, I'll never forgive you, and that's the last time I talked to that nigga. And then
Wow.
a couple days later, I seen that nigga on the street, and we just walked past each other. We just went past each other.
Damn.
So I don't know where that nigga's at or what type of headspace he's in, but I know in my mind, I'm like, I can't fuck with you like that no more. I can't fuck with you like
Yeah.
that no more. So
Yeah, that nigga Scully High is on one. That nigga,
he's crazy as
I
shit.
wanted to, yeah. Don't get me wrong, my bro's crazy and shit, cause the nigga, the shit he be
He's
doing.
crazy.
I know he done a couple of drugs and shit. Drugs that's
hmm
beyond, shit that I
Oh
would
no,
even
yeah.
look at and shit.
He's tried a lot of shit. He's tried damn near
Yeah, I
everything.
already
But
know.
it's not
Like
even that. It's
acid,
not
for
even that.
instance. Nigga try. Was you
Please,
with
bro.
us? Oh no, it was me and Brett, and this nigga was talking to himself, bro. Was talking to
hmm
himself, and I just looked at that nigga, and everybody was OGD, and his bro was they just sitting there like it's natural, like it was normal, and I'm like, dude, what's wrong with my bro?
Cause it,
Like, why my
cause it
bro
is.
talking to his fucking self, like, nigga?
It
Now I
is
was
cause
about
he
to
does
get to
that
the
shit
point
all the
where I was
time.
about to talk to that nigga, like, yo, bro, come here. Holler at me, my nigga, cause I'm pretty sure I'm going through some. I've been through some shit that you going through right now, like, nigga. Come holler
hmm
at me.
I've already tried to talk to that nigga. It's really no like getting through to that nigga, honestly.
Yeah, I
And
could tell
that's
it's
one of the
probably.
reasons. But it's just like it's just a lot of shit piled up. And the last thing that he did, it's just like I cannot fuck with that nigga no more. Like the last shit that he pulled, and it was a while ago.
And
But and
was that shit the last shit he put? Was that shit with what's his face's truck?
mhm, yep, you
Yeah,
damn right.
yeah.
You damn right.
That
That
shit
nigga was
right there
high as
was the
shit. That
dumbest shit.
nigga
Yeah,
was
that was the dumbest shit
he
ever.
was off
Like, dude,
all
what are
types of
you on?
drugs.
Yeah, he was on
Mhm,
serious drugs that day. Cause I'm like, dude,
mhm,
bro, what the fuck is going on? Like, that's the only thing I could
yeah,
just think of was, what the fuck, bro?
mhm.
Like, and that made me
He was
want to
off
just
all.
talk to him straight up some more. Like, wanted to talk to him and just fucking get to know, see what the fuck is going on with his ass. Like, dude, what's going on with you,
Mhm.
bro? But
And
that
that's my thing.
nigga,
I already tried all that. I
yeah, I
already
could
tried
tell
all
that
that, but
none of that shit wouldn't work. Even though he's my actual brother and shit.
yeah,
I already know
I
this shit
know,
wouldn't even work. I already know
I
my
know.
comment. And
It's just
I
like
say to him,
it's nothing I
he
can say
went.
to that nigga.
It probably go in
It's
one
nothing
ear out the other. That's
it's
all.
nothing I can say to him. Nothing I could do for him. It's just like that's my nigga. That is my nigga, bro. That was my straight up fucking. You know what I'm saying? Ride or die nigga. I'd do anything for that nigga. Before I even knew that that nigga was your actual brother. Like actual 100% brother.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And that explained to me, that 100% explained to me why me and that nigga was so tight. Like we was like, you know, thick as thieves for a little bit because like I don't know, bro. Like it didn't matter. Like that was my nigga. We did everything together. We went all over the place, and it was just like, I don't know. I got a connection to this nigga. And then I found out it's like, oh, it's Andre and Joseph's actual, like, real life biological brother. And it's like, oh shit, that actually says a lot. That explains a lot. Like my connection to this nigga, because that's Andre's real brother, and it's just like, Yeah, I feel it. Like this, you know what I'm saying? This is my nigga.
Yeah.
But the shit that he be pulling, bro, it's just like. And when he did the shit with the truck, that was the last straw for me. And here's the funny thing. He did that shit to Sebastian, stole that nigga's truck, crashed it, all that shit. He was high as shit. Uh, and Sebastian wanted that nigga's head. He wanted to kill that nigga. He wanted to fuck him up. After
Yeah.
time passed,
I don't
now
blame him.
yeah, but here's the thing. After time passed, him and Sebastian, they're cool now. They're cool now. They kicking and shit.
Damn.
Yep.
That right there, yeah, that's a shocker right
Shit,
there. Cause
he
that's something I probably couldn't get over.
Bro, he came after all that shit passed and a lot of time passed. The first time he came to my house, he was with Sebastian. He was with that nigga, him and OGD and Scully High. Sebastian, OGD, Scully High, all the niggas came to the house.
Damn.
And I was just like, whoa. It's just like, yeah, y'all, you cool with this nigga, man? And it's just like, and I was like, I didn't go outside. Like, they came to the door, and I was at the door. And I was like, it's cool that you you cool with that nigga Sebastian, that you cool with this nigga Scully High now, but I can't do it. And then I closed the door, and then I went back into my room. I was like, nope, I can't fuck with that nigga. I can't do it. You could be cool with that nigga, and that's cool. You could forgive him, but at least for right now, at that time when it happened, I was like, at least for right now, I'm not fucking with this nigga.
Yeah.
I can't have a nigga in my life that's doing stupid shit like that. To niggas that he calls his homeboys.
Yeah.
And shit like that. To niggas that he claims that he loves and shit. Like you claim you love your niggas and shit. But you do stupid shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Off drugs and shit or whatever the case is.
You know, like,
whatever the case is. I don't care about your excuse. If you're gonna do shit like that, I really can't fuck with you. So them niggas was trying to get me to roll with them. I was like, nope, I'm sorry. Like, I love you OGD, I love you Sebastian. I can't roll with that nigga. If y'all gonna be with that nigga, I'm not going nowhere. So I'm good. And then I closed the door, I went back in our room, them niggas left. That nigga came through the house the other day, actually, like a week ago. And shit. And he came to the door, my grandpa answered the door. And my grandpa was like, I don't want you over here. Period. And my grandpa closed the door on him. And he came to my window, and I came outside, and he was like, oh, your grandparents is tripping, man. They trying to say you don't want nothing to do with me. Is that true? Like, you know, are they just tripping, or you don't want to come chill with me? It's like, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with you. I love you. I wish the best for you. I do love that nigga. I wish the best for you, but I can't fuck with you right now. And that was it. And then after that, we saw each other on the street. We just went past each other. He went across the street, and I went to the left, and that was it. That was the last time I seen that nigga. And then he texted me. He was like, you ignoring me and shit. I'll never forgive you, bitch. And shit like that. And I didn't say nothing back. And that was the last time I heard from that nigga.
Wow.
And that was honestly like 2 weeks ago when that shit happened.
Wow.
I'll never forgive you, bitch.
That's not even that long ago.
I ain't seen him since then, but we went right past each other. I went to the left. That nigga went across the street straight ahead. And then he texted me like a couple minutes later, and he was like, yeah, you ignore me, I'll never forgive you, you bitch. I'll never forgive you. So, and I didn't say nothing back. I didn't text back nothing. So it's just like, but the thing is, I do love that nigga. I did a lot of shit with that nigga. Like, we did a lot of stupid shit, and we did a lot of fun shit, and we, like, had a good time. That was my nigga, man, but I don't know, man. At this point right now, if he was to come over here right now, I can't do it. Not yet.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm a forgiving nigga, but I still need more time, because I can't have niggas like that in my corner, bro.
I feel you, bro.
To steal my car and crash it and take off, get arrested and all this shit, and then come back around. Then come back around, my nigga. Like, I don't know, man. I
can't do it.
I can't have that shit around me. I can't.
Nah. That nigga did some dumb shit right there. I don't like that shit.
It's not even just that. It's not even just that one situation, bro. He's done a lot of stupid shit.
I understand. I already know that when you say he done a lot of stupid shit, I believe it, bro. I believe it just for the fact that the drugs he's doing. Like, bro, you need to cut down on them drugs.
He was fucking with this bitch that was on heroin. That was shooting up. he brought this bitch. Me and my nigga Bobby was at a party, and well, actually, what happened was I was chilling with Scully High, and Bobby was like, he came through. We was over here. Bobby came through, pulled up, and was like, "There's a party. What's up, my nigga?" I'm already like, "You already know. Let's go." I went and got dressed. Scully High was already there, so we all went. But this nigga called some bitch that's on heroin. She was at the party shooting up heroin.
Wow.
Like just shooting up in front of everybody. And she started tripping, and then that nigga started tripping. Me and that nigga Scully High, we just started, cause I was like, bro, this bitch has to go. Like, if we gonna party and shit and chill, like she's gotta go. And pretty much one thing led to another, and me and this nigga was just like fist fighting. Like we was just fighting outside in the front yard and shit like that. And then like pretty much ruined the party. It was just like everybody's leaving, like, cause me and this nigga's fighting out in the front of the fucking house. And then after that, me and this nigga's just yelling at each other from the in the front of the house for like a fucking hour. The bitches whose house it was, she came out. He got into it with that bitch. She punched that nigga. This bitch straight swung on this nigga like it was just chaos. And it was just like, niggas is just trying to go to a party and chill and kick it, talk to bitches and just, you know, just have a good time. Drink, smoke, all this shit. And like just that nigga being there, just like shut all types of shit down. Shut all types of shit down. Bro, I can't even tell you how many times that I've like just straight fought this nigga. When OGD had his apartment, me and this nigga fucking, we fought 2 times outside this nigga's door. Just throwing blows 2 times outside this nigga door, cause he's just a fucking stupid nigga, bro. He just does certain shit that I just can't get behind. I just can't get behind. And then when he did the shit with the truck, it was just like, okay, that's all I need to know. And at that time, Sebastian was like, yeah, bro, if we see that nigga, it's over. If you ever see that nigga, fuck him up, blah, 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 blah. And then the funny thing is, the next time I saw that nigga, he was with Sebastian, so I was just
like shocked.
I was just shocked.
Yeah.
I was just like, whoa.
Like, hold up.
Like, it was supposed to be like, it was supposed to be like no fly zone.
Yeah, you gonna fuck this nigga up. When you said, you see this nigga, you gonna fuck him up. Like, now I see you with the nigga and you chilling.
Yeah, bro, you know how crazy that shit was for me? It was supposed to be a no-fly zone for that nigga. We ain't heard from him. We ain't talked to him. We ain't no text, no nothing. Like, the nigga was just gone. So the next time I see this nigga, I open the door, and that's him. And then, but OGD and Sebastian standing right next to him. And like, what's up, bro? Blah, blah, blah. We about to go do, what you doing, nigga? You trying to roll with us? And I was just standing there at the door, and I'm like, really? Like, y'all, like, I don't know what happened to where, like, this nigga talked his way back into, now they cool now? Yeah. I can call Sebastian right now that he's cool with Scully High. Them niggas is cool. They kick it. And they do their thing, but Sebastian already knows. And I've already told this nigga Sebastian, he's called me on the phone and shit, and
that nigga,
said
cause
his
that
piece,
nigga,
and I'm like,
OGD told me that he don't fuck with that nigga Scully High no more. And then I see this nigga post a video on Facebook. He goes live on Facebook, and that nigga chilling with him. He chilling with Scully High, and I'm like,
exactly.
I thought you was done.
I don't get it, bro.
The way
and
when nigga OGD, he made it seem like he was done with that nigga. Like, I don't fuck with that nigga. That nigga fucked up type of shit. Like the shit with with Sebastian that you was saying with Sebastian and shit. But and then the next day you see the nigga with him. It was like that basically. I'm like, damn.
That's exactly it. So I'm just like, what type of movement are we pushing? Like, last time I talked to you about this nigga Sebastian, it was a no-fly zone for this nigga. If he comes around anywhere, the nigga should fuck him up. If the next time niggas see him, it's on sight. Period. He stole your car, nigga, crashed your shit and ran away. So like, it's a no-fly zone, right? Like, this nigga can't come around.
Yeah.
So the next time I see the nigga, I open the door and I see the nigga, and then I look over to the left and I see OGD, and then I look over a little bit more and I see you standing there, and I'm like, whoa. So what am I supposed to do? It's like, okay, now Scully High's cool now. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I understand. You nigga, whatever conversation y'all had, that's cool. But I'm not rolling with y'all niggas if that nigga's here.
Yeah.
So y'all go have y'all go do whatever y'all about to do. I'm going back in the house, and that's it. Cause I just didn't get it. I really just didn't get it, bro. I couldn't believe how all like this nigga Sebastian, like for hours, me and this nigga talking on the phone about how it's just no way. It's just no way. We ain't fucking with that nigga no more. If you see him, fuck him up. Period. Open the door. There he is with you. So it's just like, I don't blame Sebastian. I don't know. They might have had a good conversation and they talked it out, and that's good. But me and you, we ain't talk it out. We ain't talk that shit out. Y'all just showed up at my door.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's cool.
When
I
they had
understand.
that
Y'all
talk
cool
out, they
now?
should
I
have that talk
understand,
out
but
with you though around.
yeah, I didn't even know nothing about it. They just popped up at the door, bro. So in my heart, I'm just like, whoa, like what? How should I treat this situation? Should I just be like, okay, Scully High's cool now and roll with these niggas and go chill? Or should I do what I did and be like, all right, I understand y'all talked about y'all cool, but I don't fuck with that nigga. I don't fuck with him, and close the door. And that's what I did.
I don't blame you.
Cause it really just didn't make no sense to me, bro.
Yeah. I would have been confused in the motherfucker too, to the point where I would have been like, I
confused
need a
as a
blunt.
bitch. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You already know, bro.
Would have went in the house,
You
rolled me
already.
up a blunt, came back outside and smoked. Like, damn, nigga ain't been thinking about the whole damn thing. Like, damn, and probably would have
I didn't
finally
smoke,
came
but
up
I
with.
thought about it. I thought about it the rest of that day. The rest of that day, them niggas left and did whatever they did and shit. And I've chilled with Sebastian since then. And the funny thing is, cause I've chilled with Sebastian since then, uh, plenty of times. Sabs is my nigga, that's my nigga. But he was like, yeah, I know I rolled through it with Scully High, but me and him's cool now. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. You could be cool with him and shit, but after what he did to you, bro, and that shit, I'll chill with you. But if you is chilling with him and come through trying to get me to chill, I'm not going. I'm not going because I don't fuck with that nigga. And he was like, oh, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. You a real nigga for that. I understand. Me and him, we patched it up and shit. But if you not cool with him because of that, I respect you even more. And you a real nigga for that. And I understand. So it's like, so at this point, it's like, I can chill. Me and Sebastian could chill. And him and Scully High could chill. I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't got no problem with him chilling with that nigga. If you cool with him and you fuck with him. They was just chilling the other day. I seen it on Snapchat.
Hell no.
Just like 2 days ago. Just like 2 days ago, they was just chilling. But it's just like, and if Sebastian calls me up and he wants to go to the bar or whatever we want to do, because we do that all the time. And it's just like, all right, we could do that. But if that nigga's involved, at least for right now, I can't fuck with him. I can't fuck with that nigga. I don't rock with him. But I already know the type of nigga that I am. Eventually I'll probably get over it, and me and Scully High we could chill again. But at least for right now, just on the principles of being a real nigga, can't do it, bro. Can't do it, bro. That's like when Kevin tried to fuck you over, and then me and Kevin rolled to your house. You know what I'm saying? Like, Andre, come outside. What's up, bro? Let's go kick it. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't passed shit up with Kevin yet. You know what I'm saying? You and Kevin still ain't cool yet. You ain't talked yet. You ain't did shit. You ain't even seen that nigga yet. And then me and Kevin walk up to the house. How you gonna look at me?
I'm gonna look at you like, what the fuck is this nigga doing with this nigga?
Fuck how you look at Kevin, because you already looking at Kevin a certain way. But how you gonna look at me? You gonna look at me like, really, nigga? And you gonna close the door, just like I did. You gonna close the door, bro, just like I did. Cause the shit just don't work like that, bro. I just didn't understand that shit. Did not understand that shit. Niggas I'm still thinking about that shit and dealing with that shit. I'm still thinking about it to where it's like, if my niggas forgive this nigga, should I do the same thing? But I don't feel like I should, though. I don't feel like I should. I feel like I should just leave that nigga where he's at. And leave him in the mindset of thinking like, alright, all them niggas, they cool with you, but you already know, don't come around with me. Don't come around with me. And that's the point blank period of it. shit, I probably couldn't be chilling with the niggas and like get drunk and get high with that nigga. I'd probably fuck him up. Just off shit coming back, and then we start getting into it and shit, and then it's just like, cause I've already, like I said, I've gotten into it with that nigga a million times. Me and that nigga have come to blows a million fucking times, bro. As many years as me and you have been around each other, we've never actually fought. Like, we've never actually fucking caught the heads.
Yeah.
At least I don't think we have. Have we?
Nah.
We came close a couple times.
I'm gonna say we haven't even came. Not even. I don't even think we even came close to even banging.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Couple times we did. Couple times we came close to banging. I can remember a couple times. I can remember a couple times. I could tell you 2 times right off the bat, Dre.
Yeah?
Yeah, I could tell you 2 times off the bat that me and you almost came to blows. Where not even me, it was you that was ready to kick my ass. You all remember that shit? Hold up, I'm about to take a piss and then I'll be right back. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Cause you was ready to kick my ass.
I'll probably say I know one of them was when you had that bottle in your bag.
That was one.
And you swung that shit and hit me in the back of my neck and shit. I know that was one.
I had a Sobe bottle. Sobe bottle in my bag, and I forgot that I didn't know it was in there. And it was glass, and I didn't know that shit was in there. And I swung it at you, and that shit hit you, and you was mad as a bitch. But I know 2 other times though too.
Damn, I can't even think of no other time.
Actually, I might know even more than that. I don't even know. We've all we've almost gotten into it a couple times, bro. We never like for real like squared up and swung on each other like mad and shit. Like fuck you, nigga, I'm about to beat your ass. But
yeah,
it's a few times. It's a few times when we came close though. Facts. I remember at least 2 more. Hold up, I gotta take a piss real quick.
Yep. Let's go, Paul. Shit. Y'all niggas want to give me my triple-double in this game? Oh, that nigga so lucky. Could have sent that shit. Come on, Carmelo. Why the fuck is you traveling, man?
Batman.
I could have got that rebound.
There we go. I was pushing the wrong button this whole time.
Hit me at Carmelo.
But no. Carmelo trash. Carmelo trash, nigga.
Yeah, that nigga ain't doing shit but missing shit.
If Carmelo came back to the Nuggets, what would you think about that?
That would be kind of dope. And then again, it
Same
probably
here,
wouldn't
bro.
really be. It would be dope just for the fact that he'll be the impact player of the Nuggets, you know?
He'd be the impact player that they need. But
Yeah.
that's what I said. I thought the same thing. I thought that nigga would be. Because niggas, I understand the niggas in Denver hate Carmelo, but I don't. To me, he's the best Denver Nugget that we've ever had.
Yeah.
In Denver Nugget history, he's the best player that these niggas have ever had. He
Him
took us
and
to the
Iverson.
playoffs every time. But Iverson kind of don't count. Iverson, he counts because he was here for a couple years.
Yeah. He did
But
well
Carmelo,
when he was here. He did his shit, you know.
Yeah, he did.
But
his
Carmelo,
dirt.
when
He was
Carmelo
great.
was here, he was doing shit. He was
Bro,
doing
Carmelo
his
took us to the
thing.
playoffs. He took us to the playoffs
Oh,
every year
shit.
with normal ass niggas, and he was doing it. You know, he was playing good ass ball. He was an all-star. He was scoring through the roof, and he was taking us to the playoffs. I don't know no other Nugget that was ever of all time better than Carmelo Anthony. None. Not one. Other than that, we've had normal ass, weak ass niggas. I fuck with Carmelo. He's my favorite Nugget of all time. Well, you know, one of them. We had Chauncey Billups and, like you said, Iverson and niggas like that. But
Yeah.
Earl Boykins, that was my nigga. But Carmelo was the best pure player that we've ever had. What the fuck going on here? Nah, but hold up. So a couple other times that me and you almost fought. You remember when you already said the bottle shit, the bottle in the backpack and shit. But you remember when we was hooping at the fire station, and it was me and you and Clifton. Clifton was there, and it was a couple other niggas. We was all hooping. And Clifton kept saying, like, because people kept walking by. Like, females kept walking by, older females kept walking by, and Clifton kept saying, Andre, your mom's here. You better pack it up, go home. And he kept doing that shit. Do you remember that shit? You don't remember that shit? Clifton kept saying, oh, Andre, there she is. There's your mom. There's your mom. You better get the fuck out of it. You better hide. And so he kept doing that shit, and you was laughing it off at first, but he kept doing it, and you kind of started getting a little more upset, like you started getting a little bit more mad about it. And then, after a while, because you kept getting a little bit more mad at it, then I said that shit. Another lady walked by. I was like, Andre, there's your mom. There's your mom. You better get the fuck out of here, bro. And you was like, and you didn't say nothing. You just stopped playing. You just frowned. And you was like, that's not my mom, nigga. You don't remember this shit?
No, dang.
I was like, that is
It
your
sounds,
mom.
bro. It sounds familiar. Like I could picture some of it in my head, but then again, it's like it ain't trying to give me a full glare of it. It's giving me a blur.
It was a bright sunny day. It was like in the middle of the afternoon, bro, and I said that shit one time because Clifton kept saying it, and it was pissing you off, and everybody could tell. Like, we could kind of tell because, like, he was laughing at first, but then after he kept saying it, he was like, okay, this shit's not funny, let's play ball. Then I said the shit. I was like, oh, Andre, there she goes, there's your mom. And she didn't walk past the street. You remember the alley? The alley that you know, on the far side of the far side rim? There's the alley right there.
Yeah.
Shit. There was, like, an old woman that walked by. So, like, I was like, Andre, there's your mom right there. Bro, you better get the fuck out of here.
Dude,
and you
it
stopped
sounds...
playing, like... And you was like, and you just stopped, and you was like, that's not my mom, nigga. And I was like, yes it is, nigga. You better get the fuck out of here. That's not my mom, nigga. And you just started fucking tripping, bro. You don't remember that shit?
No. Oh my gosh, like this shit is it sounds hella familiar too. Like, oh my gosh, I just can't get a picture of it. Like, fuck.
Bro, you took your shirt off and everything. You took your shirt off and everything, bro. Like you was ready. You was like, that's not my mom, nigga.
Damn.
So what's up, nigga? What you say, nigga? What you say, nigga? All that shit. All that shit, bro. You don't remember that shit?
No.
I'll never forget that shit because I was like, bro, I was just playing, bro. Like, because what pissed you off, I don't know if it was me saying it, but it was like Clifton kept saying it. And at first, like, he was laughing, and shit was funny. We was playing like 21. Like, we was playing on that one side, and you had people going through that alley and shit. And I said that shit one time. I said that shit the first time.
Okay, I think I can remember. I can remember. I can kind of remember.
But you didn't look at me. Yeah, you didn't look at me the first time. You just looked down. You was like, "That's not my mom, nigga," and walked away. And I just kept like fucking around. I just kept playing around and shit. I didn't know if you was serious or not, and shit like that. And so I just kept saying this shit. And then you walked up to me. You pulled your shirt off and shit. You walked away, and I kept fucking around, and you pulled your shirt off and walked up to me, and with your head down, you was like, "That's not my mom, nigga." And I was like, "Oh shit, wait, like, come on, Dre, come on, my nigga, it's not my mom, nigga. What's up, nigga? What's up, nigga?" Like he was ready, bro.
Damn.
He was straight ready, bro. He was straight ready, bro. Straight ready. Hold up, you remember this time? You remember when we was in the gym at East, and I had you had your cause you know we all had those gym shirts. The you know that said whatever they said on them. We all wore certain shirts and shit, like when we was playing basketball and shit. And I don't remember like how it started, but I fucking threw that fruit punch on your shirt. Do you remember that shit, bro? You don't remember that shit, bro? You squared up, like, period, bro. You straight squared up. You don't remember that shit, bro? I fucking had a bottle of fruit punch and fucking squirted that shit on you. And you kept the shirt on and was like, and I think it was either, you know who it was? It was, oh, what's that nigga's name? Pledge. It was Pledge, because you was about to take off on me. That nigga Pledge stopped you. You don't remember that shit? Are you serious, bro?
Damn, bro.
Bro, at that time, it was no more talking. Like, you was ready to fucking, take off, and that nigga Pledge stopped you.
Damn.
Because you had this fucking fruit punch, like, all over your fucking white tee. It was like a white tee with like some shit written on it, and your shit was just like drenched in shit. I don't remember why I did that dumbass shit, but yeah, you was ready to take off, and that nigga Pledge stepped in between. You don't remember that shit? Oh, you was ready to throw him, bro. You was about to take off on my ass. Damn, I even remember another time when we was walking from the bus stop. Bro, it's been a couple times when you was trying to kick my ass.
Damn.
It's been a couple times. I remember another time when we was walking from the bus stop, and shit, I can't remember. Shit, what was it? Me and Clifton got into it for some reason, and at this time you was taking Clifton's side, and so this was before school started. This was in the morning. We was leaving from the 20 bus stop, walking all the way up to the front doors. You know how that walk goes. And like me and you was talking, but you kind of was like not talking to me. Like you was kind of like, I don't really fuck with this nigga right now. And Clifton was like kind of in the back, cause me and that nigga got into it for some fucking reason. And then but me and you was sitting close to each other, and Clifton sat away from us, probably because he didn't fuck with me at that time. And then we got off the bus, and me and you was walking next to each other. You have to remember this, bro. You have to remember this one. Clifton was behind us, and me and you was walking next to each other, and we wasn't saying shit to each other. We were just walking up. And then all of a sudden, like, you stopped, and you turned back, and walked towards Clifton. And I didn't look back. I just kept walking. I just kept walking up to the school. And then you and Clifton got towards each other, and y'all started saying something, and then y'all started laughing and shit. So then I stopped, and then I turned around, and Clifton just kept walking past me and you, but you stopped towards me. You don't remember this shit? You stopped
No.
towards me, bro. And I can't remember what you said, bro. But you fucking put your bag down and shit. And you had this hoodie on, like you was always wearing this hoodie. And you took your fucking hoodie off and shit. And we was like, oh shit, I'm trying to remember because like from the bus stop, that 20 bus stop, all the way up to the doors, it was like halfway to the doors. Where you was
Damn.
like, you stopped walking, and you turned around, and you walked towards Clifton, and I was like, I kind of understand what this is about, so I didn't look back, I just kept walking, and y'all niggas started talking and laughing and shit, like laughing all loud and shit, so then I stopped walking, and then, like I turned to look at y'all niggas, and Clifton kept walking past me, but you stopped, and took all your shit off. You all remember that shit? Bro, honestly, that was like when me and you first kind of met. Like, that's when we was kind of first getting cool. Like, you knew Clifton before that. So I think because me and Clifton got into it, like, you was kind of more on Clifton's side because you knew him before. You knew him way before me. And shit like that. And bro, I wish I could remember this whole story. Like, if Clifton was a cool and wasn't a doing whatever he's doing, he could probably remember what happened. But me and that nigga got into it, and we had just met. We had just met, bro. So me and that nigga got into it. We wasn't talking to each other. We sat on different sides of the bus. But you sat next to me, and we kind of talking, but not really. Like, shit was awkward. Like, shit was weird, and you could tell shit was weird. And we got off the bus together, and you was walking next to me, and then all of a sudden, like halfway through, you stopped. Because Clifton was behind us. You stopped and turned around and walked back towards Clifton. And then y'all niggas started talking and laughing and shit. And I'm the nigga like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I just met this nigga, but, you know, I stopped and turned around. And Clifton kept walking, bro. And you straight stopped. And we had said something back and forth. And you took your bag off. You took your hoodie off. And everything, bro. You was ready to fucking let him fly again.
Damn.
You don't
Can't
remember that?
remember that one at all.
Bro, I'll never forget it. It was fall because it was fall. It had to be because it was like cloudy. It was cloudy and cold and like the wind was blowing. You had your hoodie on like it was cold and you pulled your hoodie off and shit. Like, bro, that shit was crazy. I can't believe you don't remember that shit.
Nah, I can't.
I bet Clifton do. Because here's the thing, I can't remember. My only thing is I can remember what happened. I can vividly remember you taking your shit off in the grass. Throwing your bag down, throwing your hoodie down and shit in the grass. And before I had met you like that, I was hanging with this other black ass nigga that was as black as me. Probably even blacker. That nigga was dark skinned as shit. And the first time I seen you, like, we was walking up the stairs and shit. And that nigga was like, Andre, what you eating? What you eating on, nigga? You get that from the locker? You get that from the lunchroom? What is that? Is that a turkey and ham, or is that? You was like, I don't know, nigga. You flexed on that nigga. Bro, you was a reckless nigga, bro. You was reckless as shit. Like you would flex on niggas for whatever. It didn't matter what. If a nigga like tested you at any point, or even if he didn't test you, bro, you was ready to flex. He was like, I don't know, nigga. And we had met at some point, you know, somewhere in there. And I met Clifton through you and shit. But me and Clifton got into it. So then that shit happened. Like, you was walking towards me because, like, we had just met and shit. Like, you was trying to be cool. But after a while, you was just like, you just stopped and walked back toward that nigga. And y'all started walking together, talking, laughing and shit. So being the new nigga, I stopped and turned around. And that nigga Clifton, he didn't say nothing. He just kept walking. But you stopped, nigga. You stopped. I stopped and just was looking at you niggas, like, trying to see what was going on. And you stopped, nigga. And we had some type of words. I can't really remember what it was about. I wish I could remember what it was about. I bet Clifton could, though. I bet that nigga could remember what it was about.
Shit,
But knowing Clifton, Knowing Clifton, it was probably about some silly shit because he used to do all types of stupid, silly shit.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, you know, that just would piss people off.
Cause I know that nigga had pissed me off one time when we was at the bus stop and that nigga what did he do? I had a rock in my hand and that nigga smacked my arm with the rock in my hand and that rock, it was a big ass rock and it came down and hit me in my head and then I was hella pissed off for that shit and then the little Mexican boy was on the bus and shit. He did something. He cut me. He like just straight up cut me. I was already pissed off about the rock shit. So I was like, oh hell no, this motherfucker right here about to get his ass whooped. And that's when I got on the bus and shit. And I was ready to whoop that Mexican's ass and shit. And that's when I was just sitting on the back of the bus and he was just sitting in the front, chilled out like nothing happened. Like he didn't do nothing. Like nigga, you about to get your ass handed to you. So I went up to him, and that's when I got to doing what I did to him and shit. And that's when that nigga Elijah was in the back of the bus talking about, oh shit, that nigga's choking that nigga, man. That nigga Dre's choking that nigga. Yeah. I remember that shit right there because I think that was the day when I actually met you and shit. At the bus stop and shit. That's when that's probably like that was the day when you actually seen me mad and shit. And then the next day, that's when me and you start talking and shit. Me and Clifton start talking to you and shit.
Yeah. It probably was because, like I said, you probably don't even remember this, but do you remember that dark skinned nigga that I used to chill with? I can't remember his name or nothing like that. It was just me and that nigga. But that was the first time I seen you, bro. We was walking up the stairs and you was eating something, and you was like eating something. You was by yourself and shit.
And I know exactly what you're talking about too. While I was eating too, I remember that shit. I remember that shit.
He kept asking you like what you was eating and shit. You, I don't know, nigga. You got pissed off at that nigga. Like you got pissed and we was like, all right, let's just keep going. Leave that nigga alone, and we just kept walking. That was the first time I seen you, but that wasn't the first time that we got cool though. That was not the first time right there. It was after that. But I don't remember I do remember the shit with when you choked the Mexican. I do remember that shit.
Choked that little Mexican out on the bus and shit. Was choking that nigga on the bus and shit.
I do remember that shit.
I was pissed off that day. I was pissed off that day because the nigga Clifton smacked that rock and I smacked my arm and that rock was a big ass rock and he was playing so much and that shit pissed me off. I was already mad at that nigga and shit for the fact that he did that shit and then the Mexican dude gonna bump me or he did something to piss me off even more and that's why I did what I did to him on the bus and shit.
Yeah, I do remember that shit. I think after that shit I came up to you and I don't remember what I said. I don't remember what I said, but I came up to you and I don't know. I was like, that was some gangster shit or something like that. I don't remember.
You said something. You said that's because you did come up to me and you said something to me and shit. Because that nigga Elijah was sitting on the back of the bus hyping and he was just hyping me up when he was like, yeah, that nigga's choking that nigga. Yep. I started that when I heard him say that shit. I just wanted to die because this nigga Elijah is stupid. That nigga was just hyping me up like, nigga, dude, don't get me to beat this dude up, cause you know I don't do it, Elijah. But I will toss this little Mexican boy up, bro. Don't piss me off even more, Elijah.
I do remember that. I do remember that nigga Elijah hyping it up. I remember I was like, oh shit, hold on, I don't want to fuck with these niggas. That nigga Elijah was hyping it up like, yeah, if anybody, he was hyping it up. And it was funny and shit, but it was like in a way to where it was like, oh, if anybody got something to say about it, I'll beat your ass myself. Like, on some shit like that. That's how Elijah was. Like, he was a funny nigga. He was a funny nigga. He could joke around and all that shit, but it's like, yeah, I'll beat your ass. I'll fuck you up myself right here, right now.
Yeah.
He was that type of nigga. So I was just like, oh shit. I don't remember why, but yeah, I do remember coming up to you and saying something.
Yeah, you said something about that. You said something cause you was like, damn, when you those are the type of niggas I like to fuck around with and shit. You said something about like that you like to that you said something about me being real or something. You was like something.
Yeah,
That was
something
some
like
real
that.
shit. You said something like that, and then that's when me and you became cool, and shit. We just started chopping it up from there and then on.
Yep. Yep. But you don't remember because it was shortly after that. It was shortly after we first met, bro, when me and Clifton got into it because you was chilling with that nigga all the time. And I would come around and shit. You know, so it's really crazy to think about, bro. It really is crazy to think about, like how you had your people, like you had your circle of people, and then I just came around,
Yeah.
you know, out of who knows where, bro. And then like, you know what I'm saying, here we are now, like all these years later and shit. But like like shortly after that, bro, like me and Clifton got into it. I don't remember for what, bro, but you hadn't
Cause
known
that
me that
nigga was
long.
always, he was always
He was
playing
always
too
doing
much.
fuck
Like he was
shit.
doing
He
some
was
dumb
always doing
shit.
fuck shit.
Like it was funny, and it just got to a point where it's like, dude, you pushing it to a whole new level now. Like it was funny,
Cause
but now
Clifton
it's
was funny.
annoying.
Clifton was funny. He was funny. He was funny, but he would always like push it to the next level. He would always take it too far. And me and that nigga, like seriously, we had just met, all of us, all of us. I didn't know Clifton. I didn't know you like that. Like we had just like we all caught the same bus and shit like that. So it's like, all right, man, we cool. We take the same bus and we'll chop it up and shit. But we wasn't like ace boon coons or nothing like that. Like we would just chop it up. We caught the same bus, all that good shit. But I don't remember what it was. I can't remember, bro. But that nigga did some type of shit, bro, where me and that nigga was not fucking with each other. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, my nigga Dre. Actually, what happened, I think I sat by you. That's what happened. So you had no choice. You had no choice but to talk to me and shit. Like at least a little bit. Like we would chop it up for a little bit. Cause it was like, all right, me and Clifton ain't fucking with each other, but I'm gonna sit by this nigga. And you would chop it, but it was like awkward and shit. And we was walking up to the building, up to the school, and then you stopped, turn around, and walk back toward Clifton. You don't remember that shit, bro? Bro, it was in the fall. It was like November. It was like November, December, or some shit like that. Cause I remember it was cold out. Cause you had that hoodie on, like, and you had your bag, you had your hoodie on and shit. I remember that shit. I hella remember that shit, bro. You took all that shit off. Yeah, you put your bag down, took your hoodie off and shit, and you was like ready to throw him. I don't remember why you didn't take off or nothing like that. I don't remember that because at this time, like I said, you didn't know me like that. You really did not know me like that. Like Clifton was your nigga, and you didn't know me like that. So I don't know. I think you was ready to whoop my ass, and just like for the sake of Clifton's your nigga. But yeah, you was ready to do that thing.
Shit, I probably didn't want to fight you. It's probably because I probably didn't make no move at that moment. Is because I don't know. I probably felt there was something about you that I was like, nah, I'm not gonna fight this nigga.
That's the funny thing. I can't remember. Maybe Clifton. I wish Clifton. I mean, I don't know. Clifton's doing his thing or whatever. But you know, he probably knows better than I do. But
Yeah.
for some reason, you did not take off, and it wasn't because like me and you's tight like how we are now. Because we wasn't tight like that at that time. Like we was just talking and shit. Like we was just cool. Like we wasn't, you know, BFFs and shit like that. We wasn't, you know, till we die. Like I had just met you and shit. But for some reason, I can't remember what it was. Like you did not take off on me at that time right there. And that shit was crazy. I was like, and I knew at that time because I knew you would. I already knew you would. Because like you said, I already saw you choke that Mexican out. I already saw you flex on the nigga that I was chilling with at the time.
Yeah.
Just about because of what you was eating. Just because of what you was eating, and like he was asking, you was not trying to answer no questions at that time. You, like, I don't want to hear that shit right now. I don't know, nigga. So, all right, and we just kept going up the stairs. It was like, all right, I already know this nigga's about it. Like so, but for some reason, you did not take off on me at that time, and it wasn't cause this is my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
Cause it could have just been like, oh, I'm about to just fuck this nigga up. I'm about to just take off on this nigga, and then me and you would never have been cool. That shit would have been crazy.
Yeah.
I wish I could
Hella.
remember what it was, but we was kind of chilling though. It was something because like it was something to where Clifton pissed me off, bro. It was something to where that nigga pissed me off. Cause Clifton used to always piss me off though.
Yeah.
He used to always piss everybody off.
Always
He used to call
clowning
me,
around and shit, joking and
what he used to
shit.
call me? What he used to call
Gunta?
me? What did Clifton used to call Gunta? Yeah.
Yeah, like
My
what
nigga-
the hell is a
my
gunta?
nigga-
Like he
my
used to get on my nerves with the racial shit, with the racist
My
shit.
nigga-
Like
My nigga Gunta. Yeah, that nigga. My nigga Gunta.
Like, what is a gunta? Like, yeah, I don't know what made
yeah.
that nigga say that shit or call you that or where he got that shit from. Like,
Yeah.
that nigga was
That shit used
always clowning around with our skin color and shit, and it just got to a point where it's
Yeah.
like, dude, it's getting old now. Like, Clifton, you's funny,
Yeah.
but now you pissing me off with this racist
Yeah.
shit. Like, you need to slow it down,
and
type
and
of
it's
shit.
funny. It's funny because it's like at that time it pissed me off, but like if a nigga were to say some shit like that now, it's like I'm grown now. I
Yeah.
don't care. You know what I'm saying? That shit. Alright,
Yeah,
I get it.
if we
It's
would have
funny.
run into that nigga Clifton now, and that nigga would have been like, "Oh, my nigga Gunta," yeah, I'll probably sit back and laugh and laugh my motherfucking ass off, cause it's like, damn, my nigga, I haven't seen this nigga in a minute, and this nigga is still
Yeah, it's like a
with that
flashback.
shit. Like, yeah, like this nigga still with the
It's
shit.
like a flashback, but it's like a flashback. But yeah, at the time, like, but he used to do a lot of shit though.
Yes, that nigga
He used to do a lot
it.
of shit that would piss niggas off. He used to do a lot of shit, bro. And Clifton was a hothead too. That nigga was he was a nutcase too. Like I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
He used to, but I don't know, bro, because me and Clifton used to get into it a lot, but I never wanted to really fight that nigga, like not really fight that nigga, because he would have whooped my ass. That nigga was big, bro. That nigga
yeah.
was like,
Clifton was
big, strong,
big
and-
back then. He was big.
Yeah.
That nigga was always
Yeah.
in that weight room hitting up the weights and shit.
that nigga was big, strong, and just like fucking, like he was a funny nigga, but like if you wanted to take his jokes too serious, like he'd kick your ass. You remember when that nigga, we was hooping, and that nigga quote unquote touched his dick, so he took off on that nigga, he socked that nigga into the stands and shit. You remember that shit?
Yeah, I remember
Oh my
that shit.
God. And
That
then-
shit
and
right
then,
there
like-
was funny. Cause that nigga later on gonna talk about that nigga didn't touch my dick.